Hey guys, good morning. It's Tony. Before I start the video, I just wanted to remind you guys to like, subscribe, and comment whatever you guys think about the market, what is going on, where you guys think we're actually going, where we're actually headed. Last time we talked about the DXY, I basically told you guys we're kind of on the edge of a cliff. We were kind of over here. I basically told you guys I think we're probably going to come back down, retest trend, and then run up. It's kind of exactly what happened, right? So we did break this minor trend, this minor uptrend that was kind of going on here with DXY. We broke it, came back down, retested major trend, and now we're bouncing all the way back up. I still think we're gonna end up breaking this major trend from 20 years ago. So if you saw my last video, I basically said how I think we're essentially on the edge of a cliff, right? It's either we come back down and everything actually rallies, or we actually end up breaking this, this downtrend that we've had since July 1st of 2002, right? Which is now a full 20-year downtrend. If this actually breaks, we're probably going back somewhere in the lines of a $118 DXY. And that's going to hurt the market, right? This whole drawdown from November up until now, the dollar actually went from $90 to about 103, which is where we are now. And you saw the SPY drop, what, $60? So if we go from $100 to 118, that's $18, right? So that's double. SPY can potentially drop another $140, right? These are extremely rough estimations. I would guess that this would happen over the course of possibly like a year, maybe 2 years, I don't know. But if we have to think about it, right? Like from 90 to $100 on a DXY, you drop $60 on SPY. If you end up doing double that, we can possibly see another $120 drop, which is from here we're at like 410-ish. What's 410 minus like 120, right? 300, like back to like 290, 280, something like that, which sounds kind of ridiculous, but I mean that's what I'm saying. You don't have major resistance until like 112, 118. So I think if we do end up, running up and breaking this downtrend, which I think is more than likely going to happen, right? I do think that as of right now, just looking at momentum, looking at trend, it does look like the dollar is going to keep shooting up. If we look at the daily, right? You guys are part of the Patreon, right? You guys know exactly what I think is going to happen with violent daily closes, right? And when I say violent daily closes is when, we have a red bubble created on the lower side of the RMACD, right? Under the zero level. You have a red bubble, and you have the stochastic being extremely oversold, right? And that's where you kind of are right now. And it looks like we are going to be closing a violent close on the bullish side, possibly this upcoming week, right? And I can see it's running all the way up to 105 and starting to close full daily candles above this 20-year downtrend, right? So, what happened last time that we actually had a violent close, which is right here, right? April 18th, right? Let's look at this little marker right here, right? So April 18th right here. What happened? You pushed from lows of $100 all the way up to like 101, came back down and then pushed again, right? But then look at the next violent close, April 22nd. What happened here? This was actually the start of your initial super hard push to the upside, which actually ended up taking us from like $100, straight up here to $103, right? Which is like about a $3 push, which kind of makes sense, right? Which kind of makes sense from here. If we end up closing a full bullish trigger on the daily and it ends up being a violent close, again, we'll probably see a 105, 106, which would indicate that we're actually closing maybe 2 or 3 bullish candles above this downtrend, kind of indicating that we've officially broke to the upside. And I already told you guys before, if we actually end up closing daily candles above this downtrend, I think the next major spot that we're going to is, like I said, between 112, which is going to be the next, sort of major resistance on the monthly, and then also 118. And that would kind of indicate that the SPY will probably go back to like a 350 level or so, which is, I think it's extremely likely. I think it's going to happen. This probably means that Bitcoin will also keep dropping to lows. My forecast right now, my forecast for a while now, ever since I released my video on Bitcoin, this was like, I don't know, like a week or two ago, that was my hedge against a 34K Bitcoin. That's still forecast, right? I still think we might keep going down to a 34K Bitcoin. I'm still short on Bitcoin. And I still think it's going to go down, especially with this, right? If this actually ends up breaking this 20-year downtrend, if it actually breaks to the upside, it just means I'm holding all of my shorts, right? For a lot longer. I actually ended up buying a huge S&P 500 short this past, I think I bought like a couple grand of puts for $400, and I kind of doubled down on puts. But it just looks extremely likely, right? DXY to break to the upside, like right now, it sucks for me to say this, but it just looks like it's gonna keep pushing to the upside, right? It looks like it is getting rejected from the downtrend, which makes me extremely happy. But on the daily, like this does look like, it looks like we're gonna break to the upside, right? These consistent pushes to the upside, right? You have a high here, right? You have your first initial high, 103.928, your second high, 103.942, and then your third high, 104. So you actually just broke $104 right here, right? If we actually started, if you went from 103.928 to like lower, I'd be way happier. But you keep consistently breaking these highs. So as of right now, I have to assume that you're going to keep pushing to the upside, and I think that's what's going to keep happening. And I think, this upcoming week, we can definitely see like a 105, 106 DXY, or aka dollar. Which would not be good for the market at all. So as of right now, there is no confirmation of the dollar actually breaking downtrend. I think it's likely. I think there's like a 95% chance that that the DXY actually ends up breaking to the upside. And then the next stop for the DXY will probably be somewhere in the range of like 105 before seeing any kind of retrace. So it changes kind of like, we'll do this, right? We'll do like, it could probably go to 105, something like that, and then from here it maybe come down and like retrace the major downtrend and then push up again, or you can probably see like a push up from here straight like that, right? Something like that. I think that that the push up to 105, like I said, is extremely likely. I think it's gonna happen as just looking at TA now. But if we by some miracle you end up getting rejected, and we actually end up coming back all the way down to like $98 or so, like, or back to like this major trend. Actually, let's go with the weekly. Let me see how much we need to go down. Yeah, you got a long way to go down. I mean, if if you're here, if you come all the way down to $90, I think that's when you actually see Bitcoin and stock market at all-time high. It doesn't look likely though. It just seems like we're gonna keep pushing a lot to the upside, because you just keep breaking these highs, man. You just keep breaking these highs by a lot. So either you trade sideways from here, or I don't know, something's got to give, right? Actually, what kind of retracement is this? Actually, let's actually look at this right now. This might actually be and this isn't even a divergence play, right? This isn't even that much of a divergence play. But let's go with this, right? Is this actually like a really good retracement level? Because if it is, then this would make me kind of happy. It's sort of at a 618 level, right? It's almost at a perfect retracement. So I mean, I can definitely see this coming back down. Yeah, next resistance would probably be like a 110, like I said, 110, 112 level. For DXY, that makes sense. But it just, I don't know, if it retraces, it has to be now. I don't know how else to put this, right? If it retraces, it's got to be now. If not, you're going to go to 110, 112, and then possibly the next stop, like I said, is going to be like around 118 or so. And that would probably cause, the S&P 500 to drop to like under $300. And then a rally to 110, 112 would probably put the S&P 500 at like a 350 level or something. But yeah, as of right now, I'm extremely bullish on the dollar. It looks like it's going to keep pushing to the upside. If that happens, I expect the crypto market to keep going down. I expect the stock market to keep going down. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.